So, Bugsy, since Harmon hasn't shown up this week, what, we're gonna just do mock off without him next week? I don't want to, but maybe if he's unenthusiastic, I understand. Ain't left their kid with Aries' parents. Good God, he didn't leave him with. Good God, he didn't leave him with Grandpa Drosselmeyer. Crap, that'd be horrible. Grandpa Drosselmeyer's not that bad. Dude, have you seen him today? 'Cause I have. Isn't, he's working on another freaking story. Hartman has the power to make his stories come to life. Why doesn't he use it? And more importantly, why didn't he use it when we were getting our butts kicked by Gygas? Because there are limits to what you can do with that power. Yeah, whatever, Bugsy. You're just saying that. I bet you there isn't. Well, whatever Harley doing, and we all know what he is doing, just know, Harley, if you're watching this, we're going when you come back, because I know this isn't your home anymore. But when you come back over here, we're going to use Drill Fist 97. Do you remember that move? I think he does. Cool, I don't, because we gotta dislocate our freaking hands again. If we're gonna do that again, dude, get like something that would numb the pain, because this will really hurt. Yeah, I know, but let's go do something. Speaking of which, I was thinking, what if you saw the most. Okay, like I got a little puzzle for you. Okay, so say we were all walking in the river, right? And but we see a dog and a kid. We saw we saw a Chaos Emerald, and Nazo's holding it up, or we saw Gygas come back. Which one will we stop? And we only have time to do one thing, and then the other thing we have to figure out something completely different. But we only have time for like one thing to. We only have time for one villain to destroy.
Isn't Nazo the one with the red hair?
No, Nazo's the embodiment of negative chaos energy.
Yeah, well, that's him at the doorway holding the emerald.
No, it isn't. It's my hologram. So, anyways, what will we stop first? Oh, okay. What would we stop first? And we only had time to do one thing, and then we'd have to think of something totally different for the other.
Wouldn't you just take out both of them? Because you'd have you, onsokumaru, Korima, and me.
Not quite so. Gygas takes a lot longer than it would probably Nazo, and he's much more of a bigger threat. Me and Bugsy could just easily freaking kill Nazo and shove him back into Chaos Emeralds.
So, would you take out Gygas first?
I kind of would, but then again, it depends if Nazo has like some new power. That becomes a factor. But I guess I'd go with my gut and try to destroy Gygas, because he's like the ultimate threat of anything.
Not really. You came back like yesterday, and all I did was kick him in the face, and he was down.
You didn't kick him in the face, you kicked the dog.
No.
Doug got you high.
No, he was in his little containment and everything.
Doug got you high, man.
No. No, he didn't.
Trust me, I know, man. He turned me. I looked in. I looked into his eyes, scrolled the color went in my face, and I thought I was the Lizard King. I was actually walking around naked. It's not a good. It was not a good sign. It was not a good. It was not a good time for me.
No, that was Gygus. You know how I know?
What?
Because Pit was there.
Again, you were high.
F you. I was not high.
Dude, it's okay. I was high too. It's okay.
Stop talking to me. Just stop talking to me.
So, dudes, I just came in. Who wants to get freaking high right now?
Did you make me high?
Dude, I kind of did. You were kind of stressing. You were stressing, man. That was bad juju right there.
Don't you confuse me with your hippie words.
No, man, you needed to relax, so I kind of put you under my little high spell for like 2 minutes. You were punching and kicking and rolling on the ground, saying you saw Augie Doggy, and it was funny. I wish I actually had some videotape to see that. That was cool, because then I looked at my reflection and got high myself. And then I saw a gigantic Koopa flying in the air as I rolled on the ground and thought I was Larry from the Three Stooges. It was still pretty awesome, man.
If you ever do that to me again, I will drag you into my battleground, which is the Call of Duty round, and I will kill you, you hippie fiend.
Well understood, man.
You're okay with me killing
Yeah.
you? I don't understand hippies, not one bit.
Well, it's a long story. Shut up, Doug. They don't need to hear that. Come on, Bugsy. You know really what I actually am. They don't need to know. Come on.
You're not a hippie.
Well, body of a hippie, but I won't tell you who I actually am.
Tell me who you are. Shank you.
All right, Lord Death, come on.
What?
God. I thought I could actually hold this form for a little bit longer. It's cool, Lord Death. But, you know, you are fun when you're Doug. I just want you to know that. Yes.
That hippie turned into this gay black clothes thing.
Have some respect for me, Sonny.
Sonny, when were you born?
You don't really want to know when he was born because it was a freaking long time.
That is so sad, old man.
So, well, Lord Dev, you mind? Oh, certainly. Oh, but you gotta admit, I actually like being in this form most of all because I actually got high looking at myself. I'm glad you're able to leave Death City. Actually, only technically in this form, but still, I like it. What are we actually doing in this video? Just nothing? Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. What's Hardman doing? I don't know, man. I don't know, sir. He's just doing crap.
Sir? You did not just call this hippie sir.
Dad, show some respect.
How can I show?
You taught me and Bugsy everything we knew.
Oh my god, so you are dark. I knew it. How bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes
Oh, I start humming that song and you don't even hear. I start humming that song and you're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But now you do it. Ha! Gonna go make me some nachos. You guys want anything? Eh, do we still have that Coke from? Do we still have some of that? Do we still have some of that Coke Zero? Yes, we do. Hey, do you mind if I get like a burrito? Hey, tell me something. Tell me something, Lord Death. Really, is the I mean, it's cool and all, but how are you able to leave Death City? I never really asked you this. Well, my soul's binded to Death City, but I guess I can personally, I don't even know. I can take another form and I'd be able to leave. But I can only do it probably for like about 2 days or so. So
Die, kill, Lord, death. Die, kill, Lord, death.
well, Lord Death, wanna go? Well, I know you probably gotta go. I know you're probably busy. Well, it's always been cool to hang out with you because you were my best student.
Student.
And so was onsokumaru at some point.
Down, dog, down.
Well, I must be going. See you both later. Dude, Lord Death is awesome. Yeah, I didn't want to reveal his true form just now, though. I didn't need to really reveal that. Oh man, they ain't gonna care. How many people that watch our videos don't really even watch Team H that much? So I don't think they'll even figure that one out. We better hope so. I don't want them to think we're overshadowing too much, and we just gave them the biggest hint ever. We're not. At least I hope we're not. Well, anyways. What is up with the? I like the Archfiend, but he calls James and Mike would take a coward. Why don't you actually just go to their channels, actually ask them to do a video with you and call them out on it? I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect the Archfiend, but come on, man. Step it up a little bit. Call them out on it. Ask them to like do some kind of Skype video with you or something. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that. Still. Which One Piece theme is better though, Bugsy? We go or we are? I'd have to say we are because it's just how it is. We are. Like we are we. I am you. You are me. When people say that, what do they mean by that crap? I have no idea. Personally, I don't. So we want to look at Ben's top 11 underrated cartoons? Yep. Actually, look.
Welcome this time to Ben's Top 11. And we live in a world...
Let me talk about Ben, Ben the Looney. The guy's pretty awesome, even though he brands on some topics I actually don't like. I gotta respect him, But the Disney Channel stuff, that was right on the money. Yes, it was. Anyways, let's look at the underrated Let's look at his underrated cartoons because we got our own. But Ninja Nonsense is an underrated anime. How so? Not a lot of people watch it. That's how so. I mean, crap, we can bring back Toonami, but when it comes right down to it, no one wants to bring back Ninja Nonsense so I can get another, so I can be in it and get another freaking job, man. Another job that doesn't require me to, that doesn't really require me to steal stuff. Which I don't mind doing, but still. I just wish, they'd do another Ninja Nonsense. But hey, I'm cool.
Where ponies have become more manly than vampires. I know you're all tired of hearing this, but I love cartoons.
We all love cartoons.
At a time where cartoons were everywhere, and I watched a lot of cartoons. There are some I love, and there are some I grew out of. However, there are also the cartoons that I remember watching, but I forgot about them. In fact, a lot of people forgot about the cartoons on this list. So, I'm going to count down the top 11 cartoons that I forgot, but I now remember again. Why top 11? Because I'm a ripoff of the Nostalgia Critic. No, I'm not. There is just one cartoon that I decided to add, so this is now a top 11 list. So, get ready for blasts from the past. Here is my top 11 underrated cartoons. Number 11, George of the Jungle. No, not that piece of crap remake that aired on Cartoon Network a few years ago. I'm talking about the original. Anyway, this show was a show that had 3 cartoons in one. There was a
So, was this cartoon first or was the movie first? Because I don't know. I thought since there's an original series, what, did the cartoon come first or did the movie? Well, if you watch that opening of the first George of the Jungle, I guess that's pretty much self-explanatory. Guess you're right.
George of the Jungle, a parody of Tarzan about a man who lives in the jungle with his wife Ursula and his intelligent ape named Ape and his pet dog, elephant, Shep. It follows the gang's misadventures into the jungle. Then there was Tom Slick. This was a cartoon about a racer named Tom Slick who was always racing in the wackiest races. Finally, my favorite of the 3 cartoons, Super Chicken. A show about an ordinary chicken who has to drink super sauce
there was
to become a
super chicken.
What made this whole show great was it was made by Jay Ward Productions, who were the creators of Rocky and Bullwinkle. As you can imagine, the show had the same brand of Jay Ward humor that made Rocky and Bullwinkle so great. From pop culture references to puns to outrageous plots, this cartoon had it all. It's underrated because the show only lasted 17 episodes, and a lot of people probably haven't heard of it unless they're die-hard Rocky and Bullwinkle fans. However, it's still a hidden gem of a show that never ceases to make me laugh. Watch out for that
tree!
Ooh, is there a doctor in the house? Number 10, Dragon Ball GT. Ah, the one part of the Dragon Ball series that fans wish they could forget. However, as a big fan, I beg to differ. Anyway, this continues where Dragon Ball Z left off.
Sorta.
Goku is turned into a child, and his granddaughter Pan and Trunks have to help fight evildoers that still appear.
Dude, don't talk about the Dragon Ball Z show. The new one. Because I think Akira Toriyama will cut our testicles off. I'm not kidding. Bugsy. The mom does that. He won't do that. Oh. Then, explain to me, why is our dog missing his, his testicles? Seriously, look at him. Look at him. God dang it. Who did this? Who did this? Bugsy. Wait a minute, he is missing. He is missing his bangers. Oh God. Yeah, we need to find out who did that, but we'll do it later. God, they neutered him.
Nowhere. What I loved about this show is the sagas really didn't last as long as the ones in DBZ. Not that that was a problem, making them a little more fast paced. Also, the show didn't last long, so there wasn't a lot of room for filler, and there was something interesting happening in every episode. Also, there are key moments I loved personally, like the Baby Saga, Super Android 17, and I thought Cell and Frieza teaming up to fight Goku was awesome. I don't understand how many Dragon Ball Z fans hate this show. I'll admit, it's
People
nowhere.
hate it because they plot holes for one. Um, they're plot holes. Pan. People hated Pan, and I really don't know why. I mean, I love the series too. I love it. I love it so much. And I guess Akira Toriyama actually just said like, "Hey, I want to make another series," but I don't know. People he supervised the series, but he didn't really work on it. But I hear he supervised it. But I like the show for what it was. Okay, I like GT for what it was. If that makes me any less of a Dragon Ball Z fan in anybody else's eyes, I don't really care. Yeah, me either. And people complain about, oh, Majin Buu being filler. Ooh, ooh, ooh. People complain about filler, but this show actually doesn't have any. It really doesn't have any. But still. I mean, watch the movies. They're basically. I mean, some of them are actually aired along with the regular saga. So yeah, they were filler too. Well, the original ones, like the Garlic Jr. saga, the World's Strongest saga, which I love. But that doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. Why do people see filler as just horrible? Could you stop already? God dang. We didn't want the news or the weather. And seriously, our dog's companions are gone, Bugsy, and this is what we're doing. Yeah, no. But we'll find his meat and potatoes later. We can't reattach them, right? No, we can't. So I guess it'd be like, I guess I could try, but he's basically neutered. His gonads are gone. His nards have been clipped. Well, I don't know. We're kind of done. We'll figure out something.
Dragon Ball, but is it really that bad? Maybe, but I still like it. So I like Dragon Ball GT, as if people needed another reason to hate me. Number 9.
We don't hate you. You tell them how it is, Ben. You tell them how it is. Yeah, we don't really care. You actually rock, and even your rants are freaking funny.
Godzilla the series. I'm just going to get this out of the way. The 1998 American Godzilla movie was terrible! If there was one good thing to come out of it, it would be this little gem from Fox Kids. Picked up right where that crappy movie ended. Nick Totopoulos and a group of people who did.
Yeah, I didn't like the new Gods. I didn't like that Godzilla movie either. Dude, Godzilla destroyed the city, but he didn't fight any monsters. And to me, that was the whole point with Godzilla with me. Him fighting a gigantic monster, probably bigger than himself, or the same size of himself, and destroying the city. That's what I love about the Godzilla movies, and that's why I didn't like this Godzilla movie. But I did like the series. I don't know why I liked it, but let Ben chime in and talk about it.
Team up to form a group called Heat.
Heat. Getting heat.
Survived from the end of the movie, and they adopt him as their protector. This cartoon had everything I wanted from the movie, but didn't get. Interesting characters, other monsters, Godzilla actually kicking Heine, and this show had humor that as a kid flew over my head, but as an adult, I can now get a lot of the jokes. Although the monster in this show still doesn't look like Godzilla, at least it acts like him a little better. Anyway, this show has a little cult following among Godzilla fans, but the general public has basically forgotten about this cartoon. However, it was one of my favorite Saturday morning cartoons
Better than
growing up, and
Godzilla
one
and
of the reasons why
Godzuki.
I watch Fox Kids more than
Oh,
Kids
let's not even
WB.
talk about that one.
What?
That show doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist to me. Does I know it doesn't exist to me either, but you know, whatever. So we're just watching videos, huh? When Taco Man plays a video game.
Example of a show that was made more for adults than it was for children. Anyway, this show was about Dexter Douglas, who one day was surfing the premature internet and is sucked into cyberspace and turns into the wacky superhero that is Freakazoid.
He turns
From
into
this
the
point,
Freakazoid.
he must battle such villains as the Lobe, Cave Guy, Gutierrez, Cobra Queen, Loghorn, and Wayland Jeepers.
He doesn't really fight
The appeal
Jeepers, he
of this
just
show
tells
comes
him
from
off
that
and he
it's
walks
a show
away.
in vein of Animaniacs. It's a parody of superhero shows that makes fun of everything from television to movies. It's a madcap show that's absolutely hilarious. It's probably the show out of the Steven Spielberg produced shows that I laughed the most at. It had some really clever jokes, like jokes you wouldn't see coming. An example being, we interrupt this video for an important announcement. The 1998 Mercedes-Benz parked in row 2, section J of the Macy's on Santa Monica Boulevard's lights are on. If you don't want to get stranded in downtown LA, I would turn those off. We now return to this internet video already in progress. Hula girls! I crack up every time I hear that.
Hula girls?
Also,
Hula
the
girls?
animation was top notch, the voice acting was
Why don't we
phenomenal,
do a Freakazoid
and,
episode?
like I said, it was hilarious. It's such a shame this show only lasted 25 episodes. Curse that dang Saturday morning time slot. Well, anyway, Freakazoid is an awesome, underrated show that I'm glad I purchased the DVDs for. And remember, folks,
I
don't
said
say
it.
Candlejack. Ah, crap. I've come.
Oh god, Candlejack!
Do you take IOUs? No, I'm the boogeyman. Oh, come on. I got things to be mad at and other things to praise. Oh, you're so nice. Thank you. I wonder why he didn't sound like Jeff Bennett was voicing him. Number 6, Time Squad. Here's a hint gem from Cartoon Network's library that made its presence known in the early 21st century. Anyway, this show was about a time travel unit made up of a brain-dead but very
I'm
tough
telling
cop
you.
named Buck Tyrustle,
I'm
and
addicted
a
to
smart
these
aleck
Capri
robot named
Suns.
Larry, who adopt a kid who's a history buff named Otto.
Annie, do you want me to smack you in the head?
Together, the three of them travel through time to
now I'm
ensure the
dead.
past and protect our future. Here's an example of how Cartoon Network was still cranking out good shows even when the 90s ended. Being a history buff myself, I loved watching the boys getting mixed up with several historical figures. About the historical figures they were trying to help out. Not many people know about this show these days because Cartoon Network didn't air it very long, and there weren't many reruns of it. So, I'm glad I was
Actually,
growing up
there
to get
was
exposed
kind
to
of a
this
lot of
cartoon.
reruns when it was airing around. I
It
mean,
just
you'd
goes
see it
to
on
show,
Saturday.
not everything we learn about in school might have happened
Sunday.
in history. Makes you think, don't it?
You know what? I do like the whole Eli Whitney making the flesh-eating robot. I swear to God, when he got, I mean, who does that help? What invention? What would that help? Just himself? He's just laughing, sick, twisted piece of crap, man. He's just laughing like, oh yes, watch my flesh-eating robots eat your flesh. swear to God, that'd be weak. That'd be weird and awesome at the same time, but still messed up. Yes, it would.
Number 5, sheep in the big city. Thanks to the nice people that have sent me links to episodes to Sheep in the Big City after my Cartoon Network.
Why is the video going slow? No, no idea. Probably our connection.
Stick 'em up.
Ah!
Not your bird.
Ah! Why eye?
Salute.
What did you do to my eye?
I packed that.
This show is about a sheep who runs away from his farm and tries to live peacefully in the big city.
Let me just do it the old-fashioned way.
Smazzle
kergazzle. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
How'd you know Smazzle kergazzle? I never taught you that one. I think Dad taught it to me.
And a mad, angry scientist, and how they try to capture sheep to put into a sheep-powered ray gun.
You know, I never understood. You know, let me talk about this for a minute. I don't know why they needed that sheep just for that sheep-powered ray gun, and why would it be sheep-powered? I mean, why? That's the one thing I always watching it with Bugsy just wondered to myself, like, why would they need a sheep-powered ray gun? Why can't they just do a ray gun where a person can operate it? And why do they need the freaking ray gun so freaking bad anyway? Honey, you still mad about that? Yes, they never explain why they need it. They never explain it. They just need sheep to be in it, but they never freaking explain it.
Hey, is this the same video with Doug in it?
I think so. Anywho, actually, how long has this video been running? Oh, dang. Cool. I love our huge time slot. We can just talk about whatever the crap we want.
Know how much I love that. A lot of the show's humor came from breaking the fourth wall, poking fun at pop culture, and of course, randomness. It featured random clips like chicken arguing with pig and the ranting Swede. This was also a show aimed more at adults than children, and that's probably why it didn't last very long.
Dude, can we talk about the one episode at the very end of the series where it goes from weird to crazy in about like 5 minutes? Oh, when Sheep's actually the mastermind and actually talks and says that's his actual voice and talks and he says, I'm actually French. Yes. What is with that? And then they beat the narrator, and then the narrator actually they actually found out they used the narrator for the freaking sheep-powered ray gun. Or it was a narrator gun the whole time. That was random. But you know what, it would have been nice, Bugsy, if they would have explained why they needed the sheep-powered ray gun. What? I'm sorry, that always got to me. I just don't know why.
Why did you talk like Bugsy? Seriously, that's getting weird.
And that is another unsolved mystery. But seriously, why do they need the freaking sheep-powered ray gun? Tell me. Tell me, Bugsy. Tell me.
I don't think they're too hard to find out. Not really.
They don't say why they needed it. They ain't going to war with anybody. You just don't know. Honey, don't make me smack you in the head. We need to get through this. I'll get through it when I want to. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ow.
Bang his head on the desk. What the heck is wrong with you?
We do that all the time.
Anyway, Sheep in the Big City was a lesser-known cartoon from my childhood that I wish I could revisit. If Cartoon Network's greedy cells would let me. Number 4, Timon and Pumbaa.
Yes, I remember
Unlike
this.
Jim from Disney, This show followed the misadventures of my favorite characters from The Lion King. This is one of the closest times Disney came to being like a Warner Brothers cartoon. The plots were wacky, the characters were hilarious, and again, a lot of the jokes were aimed at adults. Plus, there was lots of slapstick. I love the slapstick. I remember
What?
watching this
Oh,
show
you're
a lot as a kid.
No, slapstick,
And I really
like,
got-
you know, comedy where they get physically hurt. Timon would always get freaking hurt.
Excited when Disney started to air reruns again
Every
roughly
time.
around 5 years ago. This show is considered underrated.
Timon's been beaten, smacked with a snake in space, flattened, crushed, almost made into someone's dinner, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But god dang, we love this show. And we wish that freaking Toon Disney was still around so they could show it. Because I think you'd benefit from it. Actually, Simba made a few appearances in it too.
Really?
He made a few appearances. There was this one episode where they were like, did Simba really eat that? They were like, did Simba really eat? Is Simba really on our side, or is he still a carnivore? And this little thing is like, no, he wants to eat you.
No, Simba.
No, it was just a little. There's a little rat thing. I don't really remember that much of it, but you know, the rat thing was actually a big predator in like a little suit. Yeah, it's really insane, isn't it?
Never mind.
And then freaking Simba comes, beats his butt, and he says, "You're not gonna hurt a little guy, aren't you?" And then he freaking has him in his mouth and spits him out. That was so cool.
What do you say to Timon and Pumbaa?
It's like they were still kind of going like, "You said he was on our side. You said," and then Pumbaa, and then freaking Timon goes, "He was so cute and all alone. You said," and then freaking Pumbaa goes, "Yeah, he can be on our side. You said," and then freaking Simba comes out and says, "I am on your side," and then they just do that. And there was a lot of other little cameos he made here and there. Which actually begs the question, why didn't they make a Lion King series after 2? Now that is a question for another day.
It wouldn't be good, you said.
Because people didn't care about Disney shows anymore at the time it was first airing, because a lot of kids were too busy watching Fox Kids and Kids WB. So, a lot of people missed out on it, and they most likely didn't see the reruns. I'm glad
I saw
didn't
every
miss out
little
on it.
bit of
The
the
Lion King may
reruns.
not be my favorite Disney movie, but I love this show. It's the perfect example on how to make a cartoon based off a movie. Number 3, SWAT Cats.
Yes.
Radical Squadron. Oh, heck yeah. One of Hanna-Barbera's
Someone give me a high five for that
creations. This was a show about 2 anthropomorphic cats who live in a city called Mega Cat City.
I swear to God, when it comes on Netflix, we are watching it.
This show kicked glass. It was not the kind of show you would normally get out of Hanna-Barbera, but that's what made it so great. It was also darker than a lot of kid shows airing at that time. This show was home to some of the most awesome villains in cartoon history.
Yes.
Dark Cat, who's basically the cat version of Satan, the Metallic
Yes.
Cat, a guy and girl robot couple who are always insulting each other, just like
Bonnie
real
and
life
Clyde.
couples. And my personal favorite, Dr. Viper, a cat
Yeah.
who, after a lab accident, is now half snake and half cat. I could listen to Frank Welker doing that hissing voice all day. Another awesome thing about this
So
show
could
was
we.
the action.
So could
There were
we.
lasers and explosions all over the place. It's an action lover's dream. However, the awesomeness of this show is what led to its downfall. Parents complained about its violence, and Ted Turner ordered the show to be canceled. Such a shame. Anyway, this show is underrated because it was one of the few cartoons on TV.
I'm just gonna say this right here, right now. Why cancel something so awesome? Because parents have a gigantic stick up their booties and never actually wanting their kids to experience something awesome. When clearly this show wasn't really that violent. Mortal Kombat was violent. Freaking Grand Theft Auto is violent. That Inhuman freaking cartoon show that probably came out at the same time this came out was freaking weird and violent. I can't believe you remember that one. Yep, I do. Wish they still had all the toys though. They could have been collector's items. We'd have to have them mint in the box. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right.
Yes, to Saturday morning cartoon block. Anybody remember that? And reruns only aired on Cartoon Network during the early to mid 90s. However, if you have Boomerang, you're lucky because this show appears every now and then on Boomerang's schedule. Despite its cult following, Swat Cats is still an underrated show that if you like action cartoons, it's definitely your cup of tea.
Dun, 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 dun,
Number
dun.
2, Woody
Dun,
Woodpecker.
dun.
By this, I'm referring to the original theatrical Woody Woodpecker cartoons. These cartoons are all about Woody and how he's a screwball that's always messing with his foes and driving them crazy. A lot of you folks might be surprised to me calling this cartoon series underrated because Woody Woodpecker is a household name. Well, that may be, but how many of you actually watched a Woody Woodpecker cartoon?
I did.
That's what I thought. These cartoons aren't favorites among cartoon historians.
I even
them
watched the
being on
older
lower
ones.
levels of creativity than those of other cartoon studios. I can't disagree more. They're mostly referring to the Paul J. Smith cartoons. I'll admit, those cartoons don't have the top-notch animation that Disney had, and they don't have the strong characters that Warner Brothers had, but they were still wacky and hilarious with so many cartoony gags. However, the older Woody cartoons were actually pretty great. Those are the ones that might be able to compete with those of Disney and Warner Brothers. Those cartoons had great animation, as well as great stories. Those are the cartoons they should refer to. Bottom line, the entire Woody Woodpecker series as cartoons might vary in quality depending on the decade the cartoons you watch are from, but they are still great cartoons overall that are a heck of a lot better than a lot of the cartoons we have these days. Haters gonna hate! And my number one underrated cartoon show is...
When haters gonna
I
hate.
couldn't resist. Hi, Puffy Amiyumi. I know, you're sick of seeing this show on the top of my list, but that's a perfect example as to why this cartoon is underrated.
You say that's a perfect
Anyway,
example?
It's about Ami and Yumi, two Japanese rock stars as they travel the world and get into several misadventures. What I love about this show is the animation is bright and colorful, the characters are very lovable, and it is the only cartoon I've seen from the modern age that comes close to being like classic cartoons. The episodes were broken into 3 7-minute minisodes that allowed for short plots to be as cartoony as possible. The gags were also reminiscent of the classics, as they mostly relied on dialogue, facial expressions, and the expert timing to be funny. And what does an episode focusing on Kaz and the Cats remind you of? Does Tom and Jerry come to mind? I thought so. What also made this show unique is it features songs from the real-life Puffy that would play over montages of clips. Can you think of any other cartoon that does that? Didn't think so.
Awesome.
This show is underrated because many consider it to be the worst Cartoon Network show ever. Until Problem Solvers came around. And then Secret Mountain Fort Awesome. But that's besides the point.
Oh
That
God,
is
don't
because
talk
people
about
think that
Secret
it's an
Mountain
insult
Fort
to-
Awesome. That was so horrible. So, Audie, I'm thinking, how about we end this on something a lot random, That's something people actually expect us to do. You thinking what I'm thinking? If we're thinking the same thing, then let's do it. Let's do this, Bugsy. And besides, I actually love doing Taco Man. Doing Taco Man's song. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Taco Man plays a video game forever. Yeah, Taco Man plays a video game, no one else can do it better. And it feels so wrong, because Taco Man plays a video game. Alright, Taco Man plays a video game and has fun, fun, fun. Alright, Taco Man plays a video game and has fun. Taco Man plays a video game and has fun, fun, fun. Alright, Taco Man plays a video game and has fun. Alright, Bugsy. That was cool. But I think we could do a little bit better. Because, you know, our channel is called Bobobo Fan. I think we could go a little bit further with the randomness. Well, then what do you have? Then what do you have? The only thing that we really should be doing. It's only like, we'll do it later. Well, see you guys later. This has been a very long video. We're just gonna call it we're just calling randomness with Bugsy and onsokumaru. Yes, because this video has no clear thing of what it's actually supposed to be doing. It's just us talking about crap, kidding, and carrying on and doing funny stuff. That's all it is. Well, see you guys later. This is the Bugsy, and this is the Ani. Beware. Beware, villains, for we will slap you.
And water.
See you guys later.